Welcome to Film I Watchlist. My name is Richard Keeney. Today I'll be reviewing First Man, a film I've been eagerly awaiting ever since it was first announced. Following on from two critically acclaimed outings with Whiplash and La La Land, Oscar-winning director Damien Chazelle broadens his ambition to depict one of the most iconic eras in human history. Many would balk at the sheer weight of such responsibility, but by embracing the risk, First Man represents a giant leap in the evolution of this exciting filmmaker's career. From the outset, we are given a gripping taster of things to come, with a pulse-pounding look at Neil Armstrong test piloting the X-15 rocket plane. Literally bouncing off the atmosphere before plummeting back down to Earth, we catch a glimpse of the nerves of steel and the stubborn determination of a man who will be the first to walk on the lunar surface. Gosling's Armstrong is fittingly enigmatic, emotionally reserved and stoic in front of others, similar to some of the actor's other iconic performances. All in all, it seems that this is the part that he was born to play. Much like Chazelle's helming of the story, there is a heavy load in the actor that he manages to shoulder with both physical prowess and emotional sensitivity, vacillating between a commanding professional attitude that exudes deadpan humour while remaining calm under pressure, and a distant yet caring husband and father who holds a deep well of pain and emotional fragility after the death of his daughter. Gosling conveys these qualities with his trademark quiet intensity and captivating screen presence. Despite what the title may suggest, the story isn't merely dominated by its lead performance. Claire Foy is stunning as Janet, Neil's wife and the mother of his children. She is the perfect emotional mirror to Neil's somewhat aloof manner. For all the cool-headed decision-making on missions, Janet's frayed nerves back home and strong, no-nonsense insistence of NASA's recklessness is a powerful counterbalance. Foy's Janet roots this mythical space hero firmly on Earth with this voicing of well-considered home truths and her confrontation of his emotional reservations. Together the two characters represent a push and pull, the rift of a family torn by tragedy where home life and career are at constant odds. Armstrong's determination at NASA is indeed depicted as an escape from the uncomfortable reminders of the loss of his daughter, while this also catalyzes his unmatched effectiveness and drive. It's a touching and involving insight of a man whose name and deeds are more famous than who he actually was as a person. The film humanises Armstrong beautifully and allows us to empathise with his struggle whilst not necessarily condoning some of his more emotionally selfish behaviour. After two fantastic outings, Chazelle somehow manages to expand his directorial evolution, retaining the audacity and gaining further maturity in the process. His trademark technical prowess is on display once again, but here it seems somewhat more organic than before. Adapting to his subject, the rock-steady, incredibly impressive long shots of classically influenced La La Land are nowhere to be seen. An initial reliance on handheld cinematography and stunningly immersive POV shots throw us into the danger and uncertainty of the build-up, juxtaposing with the eerie stillness of the climax on the lunar surface. Befitting the era and subject of the Apollo program and its prelude, cinematographer Linus Sandgren's use of 16mm film stock, working up to 35mm and finally 70mm IMAX for the moon sequences, displays an effective technical approach to storytelling that evolves alongside the diegetic, aeronautic advances of NASA. In the same respect, instead of lavishing us with grand CGI-laden exterior shots of Apollo 11 and its predecessors, we are placed firmly in the capsule with Armstrong and his fellow astronauts. With these subjective viewpoints, the creaking claustrophobia and bonkers fragility of the spacecrafts are brilliantly conveyed and all the more empathetically effective. One of the film's standout moments comes with the use of this technique during the Gemini 8 mission, in which the breathtaking beauty of Earth's orbit is contrasted with the heart-stopping panic of its inert mortal dangers. The confident direction accompanied by the nerve-shredding immediacy of Tom Cross's editing create an experience unlike any other. Alongside the thrilling visuals and riveting performances, frequent Chazelle collaborator and La La Land's Oscar-winning composer Justin Hurwitz has created a stimulating and riveting score that, while momentarily paying homage to the classical majesty of Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey and the iconic string progression of Philip Glass's work, manages to carve out its own unique take on the depiction of space on film. By turns catchy, gripping, terrifying, and heartachingly beautiful, it's a soundtrack that sticks with you and so deftly manages to parallel Chazelle's variance in scope from the grand to the intimate. Never before have we seen such an immersive and intimate look at the iconic era of exploration as we have with First Man. The terrific supporting cast managed to fit effortlessly into the beautifully designed time period, with the likes of Kyle Chandler, Ciarán Hinds, and Jason Clarke giving the kind of unshowy and effective performances we've come to expect from them. All told, it is perhaps one of the best looks at the astronaut experience since Philip Kaufman's epic The Right Stuff in 1983. The terrifying risks taken by the men involved are all the more keenly felt due to Josh Singer's empathetic screenplay, the committed ensemble cast, and the director's unflinching gaze. With his fourth film, Damien Chazelle allows spectacle and intensity to take the front seat when appropriate, just as well as he can ground his characters in touching moments of understated human emotion when required. He excels in both the incredible and the familiar. His directorial flourishes are certainly more restrained than previous outings, but just as resoundingly effective, with numerous moments in which a simple cut manages to take your breath away. What emerges is a film that is both grand in scope whilst feeling thoroughly personal. It manages to thrill, amuse, inspire awe and move you, with edge-of-your-seat excitement, entertaining characters, and quietly profound emotion. It sells the absolute immensity and human sacrifice of the feat of reaching the moon, whilst respectfully humanizing its most iconic and mysterious figure. Though some may be put off by the reservedness of its protagonist and lengthy runtime, I found myself enraptured by the film's riveting build of intensity and powerful performances. It's the film the Apollo program has so long deserved. First Man is one of those films that has stuck firmly in my mind since watching it, my regard only growing for it more and more as time goes by. It deserves to be seen on the biggest screen available and I can't wait to revisit it. I'm going to give First Man 5 stars out of 5. What did you think of the film? How does it stack up for you in Chazelle's filmography so far? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the review, consider subscribing to Fill My Watchlist for more reviews and movie lists. Thanks very much for watching.